Day five. What a big day today has been already. So I'll just jump right into it. I'm at a pretty sacred space to me actually right now, and I'll share that with you. I'm at Sandy City Cemetery right now. This is where the events of today have brought me, to the grave site of my beautiful grandmother. And sometimes you end up in the craziest places and spaces, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And what beautiful way to share my experience in being outside this beautiful day and writing and connecting with myself and creating this video. It's perfect. So for my writing today, I was to list what it is I'm postponing because it's too scary, too difficult, or too painful, listing any regrets, disappointments, if onlys, I should have, choosing one and pretending that I have the power to change it, and how my life would be different. I don't believe in regrets or disappointments, or I should have, I could have, if only. I am a profound, firm believer in that everything happens for a reason. I've said that many times, but everything in my life, every past experience I have, brought me to today. But from a very young age, I learned that I can't change the past. And so it's been something that I've never held on to consciously or in my awareness. I feel like because every experience that we have shapes us into who we are, we carry those experiences with us, whether we are aware of it or not. And so for my life and for my experience, I tend to hold the past at a place that I'm not aware of. So today's journal entry was perfect for me in experiencing those moments where the past is brought to the present moment and what to do from there. Because when moments, memories, experiences from your past are brought into your awareness, brought into my awareness, there's some emotions attached to it. And for me, it's allowing myself to feel those emotions and express them so that I may release them and let them go. Especially, I find myself being a very emotionally driven individual, and so that's the only way I can change the past, is by being aware of how it has affected me. And sometimes I'm not aware of how it affects me until it comes up, until it's brought to the surface. And I then begin to feel the weight of just how heavy it is. And through expressing those emotions, through crying, through whatever, that allows me to release that weight. I get to shed light in a place that I didn't know was dark. And I get to send it love, forgiveness, send it something other than what it's experiencing in my head at the moment, where I am releasing. I feel like in release, I have a tendency to experience a lot of guilt and shame and blame for sometimes experiencing my emotions. And that's what I'm learning today, is to be kinder to myself, especially when those moments or memories from the past have to do with myself, to send myself love and forgiveness, so that healing may occur. But I guess I'll read to you what also I wrote in here. Perhaps, yeah. Also, like, first I'll share an experience that brought this awareness out. Like, last night, oh man, I just learned so much, and unfortunately it had to be through an alcohol-induced emotional state. And so alcohol brought all of these feelings to the surface that I had no idea that I was holding on to, or that I felt. I couldn't tell where this was coming from until right now, as I'm processing things. And in that, like, I also learned, like, my relationship with alcohol, and I feel like I didn't like that. I didn't know. I had no awareness of where these feelings were coming from, and it was just like, I hate that. Like, I love processing, I love learning, I love self-discovery, but to not be in control of my emotions was just like, ooh, I don't like this. But nonetheless, it allowed me to experience some pretty profound breakthroughs in regards to my past, and letting some things go, realizing the heaviness of certain things that I was holding on to. And alcohol makes you feel like, when things like that happen, you're just filled with like shame and guilt. At least I was. And I was like, I'm that girl at this party who's fucking crying in another room, who can't handle herself. And so it just like, I didn't like that. And so from that point, I really shifted just my awareness around the present moment, and choosing to stay in that present moment. And I don't want to be out of control at any point in time. So that was one thing that, like, I experienced, that where disappointment set in, and I just get to learn from it. That's all it is. Life is a learning experience. So I'll go ahead and share what I wrote. The only thing that I realized that I've been avoiding are conversations, healing conversations, and taking the time to write those letters to certain people. And I listed these people, but I'm not going to share with you who these people are for their confidentiality. But to have those connections of healing, forgiveness, and taking action to pursue those by speaking my truth, sharing my message with those from the past, I trust the process of healing. I don't feel like I'm postponing or avoiding anything that would cause pain. I'm not afraid of experiencing what may come of these conversations, but I guess I've been telling myself up until this point that I've been respecting the space they are in. I've done my own healing around these relationships and around the past, but I haven't spoke or shared that and the depths and gratitude I have had from forgiveness from the past. I am open to creating that through my words and writing, and having the door open for them to step into their own space of communication. But to at least take action on sharing my experiences with them may give them a message they deserve to hear. I am trusting and committed to create that in all my relationships now. So that's kind of the message I wanted to share, is like, if I have something of value, like love, forgiveness, sharing my own experiences, and I'm releasing something through certain relationships, I deserve to share that with these people who I've created that with, regardless of how they take it. I want to step into sharing that with these people, because I've experienced the power of someone else sharing that with me, not ever expecting or being attached to the words and if I'd ever hear them, but having somebody release you by saying how they've healed or what they've become aware of since their past experience with you really is just so freeing. And I want to give that to others, just as I have been had that given to me. I'm choosing to step into giving that to others. So I have no regrets, not one thing about my life that I would have changed. I know that everything happens for a reason and for my greatest good. To experience learning and growing are the moments that I wish I would have had the awareness I do now. Are there moments where I wish I would have had the awareness that I do now? Yes, but it is because of those moments that I do. Even last night's experience of alcohol-induced moments allowed me to experience something I would have not otherwise known. I have no idea how my life would have played out differently either. Each experience changes the next from every choice we make now. I now know what works and what doesn't work for me to stay present and in a good place, the place of my heart. Even in those moments that I go to my head, I am served in the experience of shedding light on an area that gets to be loved, healed, released, and freed. Carrying the weight of the past with regrets, disappointments, could have, would have, or should have is a space that I have become aware of at a very young age that never served me. I know I could not change the past, so I learned to let it go and knew that the moments where those past experiences had brought me to the present are only there to serve me and my healing of them. I am only accountable for what I am aware of. Today I am learning to be more forgiving of myself and to allow the space of emotions, awareness, and healing to come to surface without guilt, shame, or blame or attachment to them. Not to resist the flow of life or love. When anything that isn't that enters my space, it's an opportunity for me to shift and expand my awareness and shed it and love it, basically. I have horrible handwriting. I get to love me. I get to love all of me, even the parts of myself that I have yet to discover, especially in regards to my past emotions. That is the only way I have the power to change the past, changing the way it makes me feel, and being grateful and loving and forgiving to all of it, especially the places where I am the one who deserves it. And so it is. I am my word. That's all I'll share with you guys today. Love, light to you. I'm really grateful that I'm here, that I've allowed myself to really release all of these emotions. Today's been an emotional day, and I feel so free right now, especially being here, being outside. So I love you guys. Peace out. Thanks for listening.